Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
Bart.
Back with what should be our 5th annual
should be.
gassing experiment. We missed last year.
Just because?
This is our 4th.
All right.
And we're going to
test it! Does gas in the bottle matter?
I like how you were a little toned down because the wife is still in
That's
bed.
true. Yeah, I think they're up now, but I didn't want to cause a scene.
So I thought we were off a year because our bottles are marked 2017. And I thought, well, it couldn't have started in 2017. It did. Anyway, long story short, 2017, 2018, 2019, we did this annually in December, January timeframe. We missed last year because
Events.
Yeah, because of
everybody knows
certain loss of smell and taste here. We had a lot of people comment and ask and say, hey, what's with the gassing experiment?
What are you doing? Hey.
I couldn't smell nothing.
Right. So it would have been like, got nothing. So we waited. Now we're back in. Now
I still claim though, I'm putting myself 98, 99%.
I don't know if you could actually differentiate that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I think you're either back or you ain't.
Close. Real close. Real close.
I think you're back. If you're at 98, you're back.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's true. We have two control. We bought whiskey at the same time, so it was from the same batch. Laphroaig 10 and Macallan 12.
Look at this. Can't even get it on.
We have sealed bottles from the same batch that at some point in a year or two, maybe longer, we'll come back and open.
Right. Bought at the same time, same thing.
See how the sealed bottle.
Hey, look at that. Like an air seal, but you can
holds
see.
up to the open bottles. So
there you go.
We have a control sample.
Control samples even written on there.
Yep.
Control bottle 1217 off the screen. We will come to those. Now, past years, what surprised me is because we've got all these bottles back here, and we'd even talked to Gillespie when we were early, and he had tons, and he said, I don't gas anything. I don't have time for it, and I haven't noticed anything.
Don't need it.
Yeah, I haven't noticed anything. But we were like, and especially my concern was peat, because I had noticed what I thought was the peat seeming to diminish when a bottle got pretty low. But,
well, so that brings up the first thing that we did was we wanted to replicate a low bottle. We didn't start with full bottles. We actually drained these down, probably about halfway, I want to say.
A lot of drinking.
We've used, you use a half ounce to an ounce each year.
We had an empty bottle of both, and then we split a brand new bottle between the two.
Non-gassed?
Yes.
Gassed with the wine preserver.
Yes. Non-gas, gassed, again with the
do you have that can around anywhere close to show
I did.
which one it is?
I will look.
This is the one. This is the wine preserver. That's private preserve wine preserver. So this is a lot of people use this. We decided to do this long-term experiment. Yeah, it feels empty.
Yeah, he bought it. I'm like, you got ripped off. There ain't nothing in here.
Nope, it's in there. It's gas.
Gas. It doesn't weigh anything.
We are going to start with the non-gassed Macallan. Macallan 12 will do first. Non-gassed and then gassed. Now, some people had pointed out that we needed to pour the gassed version, blow on it, let it get some air before we did the test. So we've done that. I don't know if we did that in the past.
Right, give puffs of air to clear out. We've done that.
I think we pretty much poured and went. That could have been a problem.
Yes.
But let's find out. Let's get into let's just nose both.
Okay.
Non-gassed Macallan 12.
Got it.
Sweet sherry goodness.
Smells very much like I would expect from Macallan 12. And then I'm going to go right in.
I do look forward, by the way.
Yeah.
To the sealed older bottling of Macallan 12 because they've gone to the new bottling and the black box. Okay. Gassed. Sherry goodness. Maybe.
I get a little weirdness though. There's something different.
A little sweeter on the non-gas.
Yes. And a little more, almost like Scotch tape smell. Yeah. Yeah, I still get the sherry here, but this definitely smells a little sweeter. The non-gas one smells a little sweeter.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a chemical note.
Yes.
Almost just like almost a malt, not sour malt, but a malty, it's in the background.
Yeah, it's a slight sour sweetness or chemical in the gassed version. Now, this is what was surprising to me the most. I thought it was going to be a no doubt, no-brainer. You gas your whiskey. It was going to be better. It was going to preserve. What I've noticed, if you go back and watch the past ones, I was stunned that the gassed ones seem to have affected poorly. And I was curious as these continue to age. I would say it's clearly different. It's not terrible though, but I do get a slight chemical odor.
Elmer's glue.
That might be it.
On the gassed.
Okay. I still kind of, when you open a thing of Scotch tape and it's sealed, you kind of get this little, but maybe it's the adhesive.
All right. You ready for the palate? Let's get into the non-gassed.
I'm ready.
12-year Macallan.
I like how you're excited. You can't wait to work on the unopened control sample. So here's the non-gas.
Sweet sherry Macallan goodness.
And here's the first thing that's impressive about this is we're down at a pretty low level. It's been sitting in there for years with nothing in there to preserve it, and it still tastes sweet, Macallan, and goodness. Now, what will be interesting, I think we're going to do it at the 5-year mark, whatever that is, when we get to compare the one that's never been opened to this one, which will be interesting. Is that, from memory, that tastes exactly as it should.
Yeah. Nuttiness, there's a little nutmeg, little almond.
Yeah. Sweet at the
caramel.
front. Yeah. And then this beautiful Macallan finish that's all these nuts and... All
right.
So first of all, it appears that not gassing it hasn't hurt it at all. Again, we won't really know that till we try the control sample in a year or two. So...
All right, getting into the gassed.
God,
the gassed
got a slight
Macallan
funk.
12.
Yeah, a slight weirdness to it. That Elmer, you might be right. Elmer's glue.
Tastes the same.
I didn't get the sweetness up front, though. I get the nuttiness in the finish.
At first, mouthfeel felt different, but it doesn't taste... No.
Pay attention to
I did just, on the finish there, I did just get something a little different.
I feel like I'm not getting that sweet sherry open, though, that I just got in the other one. I still get the nutmeg and kind of what I got in the finish of the first.
No, I mean, that's tasting real similar, real close here. I'll go back to the non-gas.
Try this non. I'll let you go there first. Now, people did say, "Hey, you know what the different sweetness? Yeah, I don't get the sweetness on the gassed one."
Yeah, that's the only difference. Now, finish is a little bit stronger with the non-gassed.
Yeah,
gas, and I definitely got a more caramely, chocolatey,
you're right.
Sherry sweetness up front with the non-gas. With the gas, that's muted on the start.
Everything's a little muted,
and the finish isn't as long. The non-gassed still has a punch going on.
I agree 100%. The non-gassed here is blowing it away. The finish is still there. Everything seems muted with the gassed version.
Now, some people will comment that my comments may influence you.
Sure.
Or your comments
and that we know which one's which.
I don't think we have that problem.
No, we learn to ignore each other years
ago.
ago.
We do.
It's like a spouse. If anything, if he says something, I'm looking to disagree.
He'll be like, "This is great."
I'll be like, "You're out of your mind, dummy." Dummy.
Or I'll be like, wow, this one's really good. And
I'm
you're
like,
yeah.
Sherry lover.
Yeah.
Sherry lover. We need to beat it. Beat it.
Don't worry about our opinions.
Yeah, we don't care about
influencing
that. Right. No. Now, I will say us knowing the two, because someone a couple of years ago said, well, you should have a third person come over and pour them blind to see if you can really pick out the difference. I could see maybe doing that next year or something if we had somebody come
towards
over
the
and pour
end.
them. Yeah, and to just say, can you still pick them up? But what we're doing here is a critical analysis. Yes, we know the difference, but there's no fudging it here. This one seems muted. The gassed one seems like it's slightly deadened. So you can
what was
still
surprising
tell what
was
it
the
is.
first year we did this. The first one was December of 2017. When we came back a year later, it was already showing. Especially I remember on the Laphroaig 10.
Yep.
We both felt the gas was hurting the whiskey.
And I came into this, I think I stated, probably like 70% of me was thinking the gas is going to be way better.
Yeah.
I came in weighted that gassing them would be helpful, and I was a little bit like, what? That it affected it negatively. So now somebody did mention somewhere that there's a different kind of gas. And so we can cover that.
I think it's argon. There's one that's just argon gas, and I think that's what some people are using as well. Maybe after this experiment is over, we'll start a long-term argon gas and see.
They seem to love it.
They do. One of the notes is that this has CO2 in it. It's for wine. It was designed for wine, not whiskey. Whiskey has a little bit different makeup, and then the straight argon gas is what you want. So I don't know. I think that's what Liquor Hound uses. I think he uses straight argon.
Wow, Liquor Hound does know.
All right, Laphroaig 10 non-gas.
Yes, I'm going to let you sit first. I'll talk a little bit while you're going. Oh yeah, sorry, we got a nose first.
It's lemony, citrus.
Oh
peaty.
My God, yes.
Okay.
See, that's what's good. I didn't even get down in there. It was climbing out. Yeah, and so a Laphroaig for me on the peat head side gives a citrus touch to it. It's right there on the nose.
Yeah, good peat in there with it. Citrus oak. Yeah, lemongrass, malty. Nice
and fresh and clean, almost like that citrus, but with a not pear smell, but like that crisp when you just cut a pear. That makes any sense at all. And that's what's nice. You get that sooty kind of peatness wrapped with the citrus and crisp cleanness at the same time. Very nice. Very nice. So hopefully that is still there.
That was the non-gassed Laphroaig 10.
You got to smell your hand. That's one of the things you can do.
Oh.
Yeah. We learned all that. We do have a coffee bean thing over there too. I should pull
going to the peat or the gassed Laphroaig 10.
Okay.
A little bit more of a peanut.
And right off the bat, the peat's not climbing out of the glass like in the other one here.
I got more like a Kalila roasted peanut nose.
Boy,
a little bit.
I've got to search more though.
Still a peat, lighter.
We're going to give it a puff, hard puff, hard puff. Sounds
citrus is not as prevalent here.
I'm having it's not climbing out like it was. I got a little bit of that peated maltiness in there, that sootiness with the oak, but I'm not picking up the citrus here at all.
Swimming pool water on the gassed one.
Okay.
Almost like a chlorine indoor swimming pool, like when you're in a motel.
Jeez.
Grassy.
That's not nearly as layered.
All right, I'll go in on the palate on the non-gassed Laphroaig 10.
What's interesting is now I can't even, it's like it overpowered me and I can't get the citrus here now either. In all fairness, that's weird. The kicker there is when I first lifted it up and I got it, like it was boiling out of the non-gassed version. So
I got roasted peanut on the non-gassed Laphroaig 10. I got it on the nose on the gassed version, but it's on a little bit on the palate there showing. Mid-level peat.
Yeah.
Sweetness.
It's funny you say mid-level peat, but yeah, it doesn't feel like an overpowering peat punch.
No. I think that's just Laphroaig 10.
Yeah.
Which when we started this, you were
I like Laphroaig over Ardbeg, and then we did the 16 bottle blind peat shootout, and I turned into Ardbeg or Ardbard, or no, Bartbeg. I turned into a nut. I was picking Ardbeg blind left and right. It was like it stunned me. We've got a playlist on all our blind 16 bottle shootouts. We need to do another one of those. People are asking for it.
Non-gas to me is feeling, yes, I agree. Non-gassed Laphroaig 10 is feeling a little muted to me today. That could be the effect of the low bottle.
Could be.
And the peated whiskey in the low bottle not having any gas. It's feeling a little less than it should.
I agree. It doesn't feel like it has the peat punch. Again, we're on the non-gas version.
Right.
And it's not quite, I've had, and I think it was a Laphroaig years ago that I let sit very low, and I felt like it was almost flat.
Yeah.
I'm not quite saying that here, but I'm very intrigued to try this maybe next year or the year after with the control bottle, because I feel like it's lacking.
Yeah.
So, and that's the non-gassed.
I think it's over time, this peated Laphroaig is diminishing as that level in the bottle is going down and there's no gas to save it.
Yep.
To protect it, I guess you would say.
Yep.
Which I have noticed, I've had 2 Lagavulins that were real low that over, several years, when I went back to them to finish them off, really felt stale.
Got it.
Flat, like you said.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've noticed with, over time with whiskeys being open and not being drank is peated whiskeys. I've had those 2 Lagavulins that were just real low, and I should have drank them well before I did. But when I went to them finally, they were just flat and had completely changed from what they.
I'm gonna let you sip. You haven't sipped the gas version yet, have you?
Nope.
I'm gonna let you sip
Gassed.
that before I say
Gas Laphroaig. Yeah.
I made a face, so I'm gonna hold my comments and see what you say.
That one's better. It's richer. It's sweeter. It's feels more full bodied.
I like the finish here better. The open felt sour. The open felt. I mean, I made like a squint note. I was like, but then when the finish kicked in, it felt richer.
Yeah.
That's weird though. I've never usually disliked the open. Let me see if I can describe it.
So weird, for the first year that we did this, it was weird. It's weird that the gas Laphroaig 10 felt worse. Now it's feeling better.
The finish definitely feels like it's got the more characteristic. The open is still slightly chemical for me. Where I don't want to hold it in my mouth for any amount of time. I want to swallow it, because as soon as I get the swallow in, then the richness of some of I get more of a campfire Laphroaig soot with a little bit of that salted seaweed in the finish.
I'm still getting roasted peanut on this one as well.
I can get a little bit of that as it triggers out further as roasted peanut. But the open,
it feels a little maltier, like maybe the malt is showing a little bit more. I'm going to go back to the non-gassed Laphroaig 10 and see. The finish on the gassed version is definitely better.
That is interesting. The open there didn't affect me as much. That's odd. Right.
The non-gassed version is shown to be still sweet, still peaty, but it's definitely diminished. There's no gas protecting this one over the course of 4 years now.
That's interesting. Yeah, it feels way flat in comparison to the gassed version.
Yeah. I agree. I think we had a flip-flop there. And maybe that's just because of time. Being open for a year or two on the non-gas was okay. 4 years? It's starting to push the non-gas.
That's interesting. This is bizarre.
Yeah.
Although that, again, I don't know when we're going to do it. We can't be more than 2 years away just based on the levels. but I am so intrigued. I'll be excited to try the control bottle. We bought a control bottle at the exact same time.
Same batch.
Yeah,
Yep.
same batch. That way we knew, okay, this is where it was. Still sealed.
Yeah, I've gone back to the gassed Laphroaig tin. It's feeling fine. It's feeling richer, sweeter. The finish is longer lasting. I think the open Laphroaig without any gas on it now is starting to show its age, and it's fallen down now. Took 4 years.
Yeah, I agree. There's not as much in the finish there. It's definitely flat.
I still like the non-gassed sherry Macallan.
Yes,
Macallan.
No doubt. The regular Macallan is holding up perfectly.
Yeah.
Feels like it's the exact same thing from when we first tried, and the gassed one is a little off. I'm at this point though. I'm still telling you, it's interesting. It fits my expectations that you don't want to let the peat ones, especially if they're low, sit for too long. I think the oxidization gets to it.
Yeah. And it could be ABV as well. If you have a lower ABV peated whiskey and that bottle starts to drain down on you, I think you need to drink it or rebottle it in something smaller.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen you do that where you'll take these heavy set sample bottles and you'll put them in.
Not that often, but
okay. But
I'm back in the mode now. Once I get low, just finish it off.
You're slayer.
No need to keep that bottle around.
Got it. All right. Interesting. Let me go back to this Macallan. Boy, that just still smells delicious. Caramel, apple almost. Oh, my goodness. That smells
so let's see.
so
We
good.
did this we started 2017, so it was a year later. It was 2018, 2019, 2020 we skipped. This technically would be December 21, January 22. So this is the 4th year.
Got it. Interesting. So we want to do 5, you think?
When we started it, we didn't know for sure.
Right. We were wondering, do we go 5, do we go 10?
6, 7.
Right. And we still could. I mean, there's enough.
There's another
even
year,
here, you're
maybe.
right. We poured a little much. We could have poured a little lighter even. So, but, I mean...
Yeah.
Oh, there's time. We could go 6, 7 years. I'm just getting real intrigued on the.
Yeah. Yep.
It might even be worth not opening the control bottle. Well, it probably wouldn't matter. I was going to say if we went and got another Laphroaig and just kind of even to see how a brand new Laphroaig, not the control bottle, just how it kind of compared. Or brand new.
Well, yeah,
I know it could be totally different.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I guess
That's why we bought the control bottle.
I know. I'm looking forward to that control bottle. But once you open the control, now you're done. That's really got to be the finish of it.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Sounds good.
Sound good.
Let's see. You're going to want to go to Patreon. And if you like what we're doing, you like even the gassing experiment, you can go there and help us out for as little as $1 a day or $1 a show. $1 a month. You give $2, we shout your name with gusto.
$1 a day is good.
$1 a day would be good. Yeah, that would be nice. Cheaper than a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
What about the merch?
Go to ScotchTestDummies.com. You can pull up our merch page. Help support the show by buying glasses, coins, hats, dropper sets, all kinds. Did I say shirts? I said shirts.
I thought you were going to say the schnitzel word.
Yeah. My nose is itching. Somebody's thinking about me. All right.
I heard that.
See you next year.
Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.